Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for joining us. This is Fighting for Freedom, where I fight, you fight, we fight. This is a platform designed for incarcerated individuals. They come on the show, they tell us their story. Um, I am Davita Bradford alongside my husband. His name is Rodney, and together we are fighting for freedom. We have a very special guest for you guys today. We have Miss Donna Palmer, who is joining us. Miss Palmer, thank you so much for coming on the show. How are you?
Oh, thank you, Queen. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the honor of being here, but I am wonderful.
Wonderful. We are glad to have you. So, I was just reading your bio. You do a lot. You do a
I
lot.
I do, I do,
How do you
I
manage?
do.
Tell us about all of the great things you do. First of all,
First of all, I take care of my mom. I'm an impacted individual because I have a son that is locked up. He's he has double life, no parole. He was just transferred up to WCI. But I take care of my mom. I've been to Annapolis for this fight. I'm into the larger wisdom. I'm also with Maryland Cure. I just joined the Women League for the League of Women Voters. So I do a lot.
okay. Well, we have that in common. I take care of my mom too. I've been taking care of her
Yes.
for years. I'm in this
Mhm.
fight with you. I too have a loved one. My husband. He is at WCI. He's been there for almost 2 years. He was next door at North Branch, and they transferred him. So exactly,
Mhm.
what do you do at the Lodge of Wisdom?
Well,
Is that
right
a
now we're in this.
freedom?
The gentleman, yes, Abu Jamal is also fighting for freedom as well as Tony Braxton, Sister Lovejoy. So we have a little coalition of individuals. On Thursdays we have spiritual talkings, but we're all fighting for the same cause.
Okay, so you said you have a son. You have a son, who his name is slipping my mind. I do apologize. What's your son's name?
Dante Parish.
Dante. So tell us about Dante. Tell us about let's say 10-year-old Dante.
Mm. Tell you about 10-year-old Dante. 10-year-old Dante was in trouble in and out of Boys Village. Skipping school. When I take him to school, I go to work, I get a call, he's locked up. So this has been an ongoing fight. He hasn't done a consecutive 30 years together, but if you look at everything, it's about 30 years.
Okay, okay. So what school was he going to? He was going to.
Roland Park
Oh,
Elementary.
really? I went to Roland Park Elementary as well. I did.
hmm
So what do you think was causing Dante to, leave school and to act up, I would say?
Well, from my knowledge of being a single parent, I think because his father wasn't there. And so children rebel.
Right,
And he's been a rebellious young man for a long time, but he's getting better. Thank
right,
God for that.
right, right. So you said you've been to Annapolis. I've been to Annapolis. I've been to the legislative session, and we're fighting for a lot of things. Um,
Correct.
so down in Annapolis, they have so many things that they're fighting for. Of course, they just passed the Second Look Act. They do have a lot of exclusions, which we're fighting for, and we're trying to, get those things amended. So, what is it in Annapolis that you do when you go? What is it that you're fighting for specifically
Well, we
there?
I'm fighting for life without parole for one. Unlock the box. Because solitary confinement is very demeaning and humanizing to our individuals and our loved ones.
So, what is that? What is unlock the box?
Solitary confinement and unlock the box. We say that's stimulated as a solitary confinement of where they would
Okay,
put your loved ones at when they put them on lockup.
right, right. So, is it you want to get rid of it altogether? You don't think anyone should be in
They're
solitary
trying.
confinement?
They're Natasha White is fighting for it to be at least no longer than 15 days. We have people that's been in there for 2 years or
Yeah,
longer. Your
yeah.
mental stability starts to decrease. You start to want
Mm-hmm.
to commit suicide. It takes you through a lot to be
Yeah.
locked in a confined space, and they just slide your food through there. We saw a video of the young woman that was still in there, And on that video, she she said that the individual guard told her that he had brought some fresh food. She could have this food if she take her clothes off.
Wow.
And she undressed for him, and she's still in solitary confinement right now to the day. And she was in there for over 2 years. So they have a way of dehumanizing our loved ones.
Absolutely. I can't imagine what would be the reason to put someone into solitary confinement for 2 years. So in your fight for that, what have you learned? Like, have you learned the reasoning behind it? Because it can't be that they're acting up continuously because they haven't been out to act up.
Correct, but there's different reasons. As far as I'm concerned, and what I've learned is that if you don't do what they want you to do, then this is what they. This is your punishment. This is another form of punishment. Um, you're already locked up, so I'll
Right,
put you in a, you know, put you in solitary confinement or torture you, or
right, right.
the security guards torturing you or sending other prisoners in there to help assault you. So these are the type of things that I've been dealing with my son. Um, but then we do have an ombudsman for Maryland Correctional
Mhm.
Institutions, and she has a number where the loved ones of these incarcerated individuals can call to let her know what's going on with these people, with their loved ones. So,
Okay, okay. So another thing, and like you said, ombudsman, that was another law that was passed um
mhm,
recently. I think Miss Olinda Moyd, she was behind the push for that ombudsman for the people who are being, I guess you say, mistreated in a correctional facility. So like I said, the Second Look Act has passed, and of course the lifers without parole, which the bill was initially designed for them, they
correct.
have been excluded. So now we want to get them included. We don't want anyone to be excluded from the Second Look Act. So what is your fight with that? Are you also dealing with that?
I haven't as of yet. I'm trying. I'm waiting. I'm patiently waiting to go to Annapolis for what's coming up in January. So, my first time at Annapolis was with Miss Pena. Um, Adrian Jones is uh, she's retiring, so the new House Speaker is coming in. So I was
Yes,
there for that
yes.
with Progressive Maryland. So I enjoyed that day, and I'm looking forward to it because it takes a lot out of you to do this,
Mm-hmm.
mentally, physically, and spiritually. And
It
so
is.
you have to put your boots on the ground
Yeah,
and get your mind together and be prepared because it's a long fight.
it is.
It's a
It's a
long
long
fight.
fight. Sometimes it's a never ending fight. So one of the organizations that I'm with is the Second Look Coalition.
Hmm.
Um, and if you like, I can give. I know you're already a part of a million things.
That's
That's
okay.
thing that I can introduce you to. So one thing that we've done with that so far is we have um, spoken to the senator. So I have an interview. I don't know exactly when it is, so it's not yet. He reached. I reached out to him, some
Okay.
senators, and they reached out to me, and I have to give them dates. So everyone in the coalition sort of gets like a job or an assignment. And mine
Okay.
was to send some messages out to three of the senators in the Baltimore City area. One reached out and responded and said that we can set up a date sometime after Thanksgiving. It's now almost after Christmas, but I'm going to, because I was trying to see what other people in the coalition was going to get together with me so that we can meet with this guy together
Hmm.
as opposed to it just being me. But if it has just be me, I'm putting my boots on, like you said, and put my boxing
Correct.
gloves on. We're gonna go and have this meeting so I can
Well,
definitely
I realized that it's a lot
introduce
of
you to that. It is. It's a lot of footwork.
correct, but it's
It's.
also a lot of different organizations that
Mm-hmm.
are here, there, instead of all coming together. If we
Mm-hmm.
come together, we're most powerful people. We're very powerful. And
Absolutely.
so I don't know why they don't want to come together, but
Um, do you think that with this fight for the Second Look Act and us getting everyone on, how do you think that that would definitely impact your situation with your son?
it would help. I mean, anything would help. I mean, especially when you have someone that's listening to what you're talking about and what you're fighting for.
And if you have senators and legislators that's on board with you, then we got a chance.
Okay, so how is he doing now? How is you said they moved him from where he was
WJC,
to
they moved him to
WCI.
JCI
How is he
to
doing it?
WCI. He's a lot
Okay,
better.
how is he doing now? How is he? He
He's
is
looking better. He's a lot better. They're locked down 23 hours a day, and but like I said, there is a phone number that people can call to let the ombudsman know what is going on with their loved ones, and they have the power to come into the facilities 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
is that what that's what that ombudsman? Because I seen a position on the Maryland State job site for the ombudsman, and
Correct.
is that what that position does? Goes
Yes,
it
I've
allows?
spoken with her individually in reference to the situation that was occurring at WCI, and I've spoken to her just Friday. So yeah, and
Okay,
it's
so someone has a loved one in prison and they call home or wherever and say, "I'm not being treated well," and then you
correct.
call the ombudsman and then they
The
step in.
loved one has to call, and then they have to follow up with it. Yes,
Okay, and then once ombudsman say I'm ombudsman, then I can just call. Do I have to call the prison and then say I'm coming?
you or the ombudsman.
No, I'm saying if I was ombudsman, say if I'm the person.
She's like their boss of the
Okay,
over the prisons. So
okay,
she doesn't have to call and let them know she's coming. She has
really?
the authority to come 24/7 any
Okay,
day of the week. And if she can't make it, she has people on her staff that will go in her place.
okay. They need a couple of them positions.
Correct. But
They
her board is filled with the juveniles because she deal with them as well. She already has
okay.
her people for that side of the spectrum. But for the adult side, she's still looking for candidates to help her. Um, I have a number that you can put out there for everyone that wants to call and talk to her because I talked to her Friday and she said she was getting a couple of calls, but they weren't being flooded. So I figured you wanted to be flooded.
Okay. Okay. I'm just trying. So you said you do have a number for
Yes.
anyone who wants to call. I guess we could probably put that number out at some point. So if
Okay.
someone is on and someone is listening and they have a loved one in prison that they feel is being mistreated or they
Or
know someone.
whatever.
Right, exactly, and they can that's a resource that, that they can have
Correct.
and they can call. So, do you mind as if I ask you, like, do you mind what caused your son to be transferred to WCI? He just wasn't mixing.
No, it wasn't that. There
Oh,
was an officer that was a family member of the victim that he's being charged for. And so, um, some things occurred. He was harassed and a lot of other different things. And I spoke with Michelle Kennedy of A Mother's Cry, and she gave me this ombudsman's information. Miss Gwendolyn Levi's also been guiding and leading me and transitioning into this form that now is part of my work. Um,
right.
and so I had to call the ombudsman and get her to go over there. She went over there a couple of times to check on him so that I could get a call from him to make sure that he was okay. Because as I said to them, Melvin doesn't have enough money to pay me for my child.
I know that's right.
So I need some help.
Right, right.
And
We're
so
together. Right.
she left information with the staff to let her know what they were going to do with him. They transferred him without letting her know. So I called her to find out, did you know that he was transferred? She said no. I said, well, evidently they don't respect your authority yet. So no,
So before they transfer someone, it has to go through a chain.
it should. Yes,
Okay, so the ombudsman lady didn't know that your son was transferred, is what you're saying.
not until I called them.
Really?
Yes,
But
ma'am.
so they did let you know. They let you know that he was being
No,
transferred.
someone called me. Someone called me to let me know that they was transferring him. Yeah,
Okay. Mm. So everything has a process, and apparently they not doing anything they're supposed to do the right way.
correct. Uh,
So what is the number?
844
844.
626 4636.
Stuff is acting
Yes,
up. Is my
Yes, your screen is breaking up. It's better now.
I just saw. Okay. So that number for ombudsman is 844-626-4636 for anyone who's on
Correct.
and
Her
would
name
like
is
that.
Yvonne, ma'am.
What is her name?
Yvonne Brawley Wilson.
Yvonne Wilson.
Yes. She's also located at 300. She's down she's down at
St.
the
Paul Street
building on,
on Baltimore Street. I think it's
no, it's on, no, it's not. It's the state office building.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, is that the? I think that's the same building where the where the comptroller is. Is that where the comptroller is
I
and the
think
attorney
so.
general?
Yes, ma'am. I think
Okay, yeah,
so.
I can't think of the address. Yes, I think I'm
Yes.
familiar
But
with.
if you go online and pull up on Google and put it unbundlement, it'll show you everything. Yes, ma'am. It'll give you everything that you desire about her. Her name, her telephone number, location. Yes.
Okay, so how long has your son been in?
15 years right now.
Okay, is he? Are you working with like any attorneys or any lawyers? Is he in a position to fight differently to get out?
He just had a court date, but what the attorney pulled up was denied. So we're waiting to see where we go from there. But see,
Okay,
God is over all. So
absolutely. He
yes.
absolutely the mallet is his right.
Because that's right, because he was given that does not mean that's the sentence.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They letting people out every
Every
day,
day.
all day. Laws
Every
are
day.
constantly. And
Yes.
it's people out on the street right now who never thought that they would be on the streets.
Correct.
So we do know that time changes things, as my husband say, time changes things, and like you say, God has the last say so.
That's
So I
right.
don't know. I think it might be time. I don't know if it's time for a commercial. Jai, are you there? Is it time for a commercial? Um, maybe it's not. So we'll continue. He didn't answer. We will continue.
Okay.
So you also
Okay.
said you with the Maryland Cure. What do you do there?
Well, Maryland Cure is an organization that they send out letters and pamphlets to the incarcerated individuals. They also advocate for different types of things that's been going on. Like I say, Miss Gwendolyn Levi is the ambassador of Maryland Cure. Leah
Okay.
Green is the president of Maryland Cure.
Who is it?
Leah Green
Okay.
and Gwendolyn Levi, she's the ambassador.
Okay. Okay.
And so they go to different places and different organizations, like with yours that you're with, Out for Justice,
Right.
First Look. I
Right.
mean, so they go there, get the information, gather it, and then send it out to different organizations. I also go to the First Monday Empowerment Group once a month. That's those are men that came out. Some come out under the Unger law, and some are coming out
Mm-hmm.
every day. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's a place where they can come and meet and talk to other individuals that have went through some of the same things that they have. And they just it's a meeting place where they just sit there and join and talk with each other and get some things off of their chest. There's a couple of women too that has returned returning citizens as well.
Okay. Yeah, we need that. I think we need, like you said, there's a lot of groups that are spread apart.
Yes.
I do believe if we come together and give a powerful, impactful punch that way. Not that our
Hmm.
voice wouldn't be heard separately, but definitely together we are our most powerful.
Correct.
I think he is back. Jai, you wanna break right now? You wanna take a little break? Um, he said he got kicked off for a second.
Hmm.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you guys for joining us. I am Davita, co host of Fighting for Freedom alongside my husband. We come on every third Sunday. We are here at 7. So please join us. If you have a loved one or you are fighting for freedom for something for yourself and you want to come on the show, please send us a email at fighting for the number 4 freedom at yahoo.com. We would love to have you on.
Mhm.
Again, our special guest today is Miss Donna. She is fighting for freedom for her son. He is at WCI. So we're going to get back into this conversation, Miss Donna. So I was basically, just asking you about, your fight and what you're doing at Maryland Cure.
So, like I said, we do different gather information, and take to other organizations to, like with the Unlock the Box or No Parole, Life Without Parole. We also working with the juveniles as well because it starts at home. It starts with the young kids,
Right,
and
right,
that's some of the young children are, I don't know. I would say the system is they're already set up to fail. And my thing is that if you succeed, they fail. If you
right,
fail, they succeed. And so that's how this game is played. They already set them up to fail. So we gotta come and get them and combat them now so that they don't fail because you're waiting for them to fail.
right. So when we talk to the inmates and they're on the prisoners and they're on, I usually ask them like, what is it that and the impact you can make out here, because we need help. These children out here are all over the place. They are literally running amok.
They are all over the place. And sometimes the parents are working. They may be doing other things, but you can't blame the parents. You're gone.
They wait a minute. I don't know. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. I just can't see you.
Right. I don't know what's happened to my camera. Oh my goodness. Ja, this just ain't working out. Well, hopefully he can get it back into play. I don't even know if he's on here.
Okay.
Sorry you guys for the technical difficulty. I do apologize. This stuff happens, of course, at the worst time.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm glad everyone can hear me. So one of the things that I did want to say, one of the things that I did want to say about your fight and what you're doing with Maryland Cure, and we were talking about the men coming out. We have to collectively join together with this fight. There's no way that we can do this single handedly. Like I said, these children out here are running amok. So when I talk to the men, it's and we haven't had any women incarcerated on yet, but we're pushing for that. What is
Yes.
it that you want to do to impact, and how can you help facilitate these young men out here so that and women, because these young teenage women, young girls, are just as destructive. And honestly, I don't think prison is the answer for them. I don't think that really prison is the answer for a lot of things. People need help. People don't know where to get it. And frustration, is easier to do the wrong thing than the right thing. A lot of people hearts are in the right place and they want to do the right thing. Um, so with that being said, we need to provide programs and structure for them when they come out. It's no way that someone who's been in prison 10, 20, 30 plus years can come out and maneuver in this, I would say, chaos. We have to give them sort of like a starting path, as opposed to them paving their own path. Is it anything that you're doing in the organizations that you're working with to help the men and women once they get out to clear a path for them?
Well, they do have some organizations that are clearing the path for them. One is Times. I don't remember the name of the other one, but they have to do mental health. They have to do drug. You go to classes and do mental health and drug classes as well. Even though maybe they're not using them now, but there are some organizations that are helping and paving the way. But when you have people that come out, if you don't want it, if you get child on parole and you have no structure behind that parole, then you're gonna get what you get. Just had a gentleman, unfortunately, do something in Boston County, but he wasn't the only one there. But that's the one that they're all focused on right now, because if I focus on the bad, then I don't have to worry about doing the good.
Right, absolutely. That makes
So he's going to be the catalyst. They want to use him as the catalyst to not do life without parole, not do this when that incident has nothing to do with other people's incident, because you can't judge me by what someone else did. You got to judge me by what I done.
right, exactly, exactly. And one of the things when I was, I'm trying to fix my camera too and see what I can do to fix it. It's not working. When I went to the legislative session, it was either last year or the year before last. Um, one of the delegates, and I'm not going to say his name, even though I know it. Um,
Okay,
when he spoke about, the incarcerated individuals who have life without parole, he said
correct.
that, he spoke to the individuals, victims, and he promised these people that these people would never be on the street. I'm like, that's not true, because a lot of the incarcerated people, what it's a great part of them, the lifers who were offered plea deals prior to them being sentenced to life without parole, as if it was a punishment for not taking a plea deal. So, like in my husband's situation, he was offered, I think, like 60 years, and he turned it down and he fought for his life. He lost in the process and then lost again because they gave him life without parole. So, how was
I
it
said
that that
too.
crime, how was it that that crime initially, without serving any time, can get 60 years, and then you do 30 years and that's not worth coming out on after you've done some time? So, you didn't speak to the victim families, for one, in my husband's case situation, because when that situation happened, he was in college. So you didn't speak to the victim families in college and say that these people would never get out. So we have to hold them accountable as well. When I say them, I mean the people in office, the people in these positions who are fighting to keep our loved ones in prison, for mistakes that they made over 30 years ago, 20
Hmm.
years ago. Um, so I think that we have to, like I said, come collectively and we have to fight together, because they're not fighting fair. Is there such thing as a fair fight? We don't know. They say you take off your gloves and all things come off fine, but we have to fight just like they're fighting against us. Oh, I'm just reading some of the comments. If it looked like your camera, did your phone fall down at all, Miss Donna?
No, my phone is still fine.
Okay, that's fine. My camera ain't working at all. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's giving me
But see, when I meet people on the street,
if you
strangers, and they ask, "What do you do?" or what you're doing, and I talk about this fight, because people that don't, some people are not associated with the and the prison system, don't
right,
know what's going on. So
right,
if you let them know, so that when it does come up to legislation or their candidates and their delegates in their area, in their district, then maybe they can also give some input and say yes, they should be, because some people need to hear the story. So I don't know what happened to the camera
I
on it.
don't know either. Um, this I have to apologize. I am sorry. I don't know. I want to unplug because I have a camera that's plugged in. I don't know if I unplug it if you will be able to hear me, but I don't want any more interruptions. So I don't. I'm not sure what's happening.
Well, see, the one thing you can say is that Satan has he has no win in this one. Okay, we
None.
still going on with the show.
Exactly.
That's all that matters. Because see, they know you. They hear you every third Thursday, every third
Third
Sunday,
Sunday, every
Saturday.
third Sunday.
Right.
Yep.
They hear you, they know you, so you're well known. And those that are tuning in, they're used to hearing you. And so I'm just somebody in here talking about some situations and trying to let people know that we need to come together because our loved ones are. This is modern day slavery.
Right. Yes,
See,
it
when
is.
you know
Yes, it
that
is.
that's what it is, because
Yes, it
when there
is.
was slavery, you didn't get paid, you got whipped, you got raped, you got all of that, and all of this is still going on in a new fashion. That's
Yeah.
all.
And we just need to change that narrative.
Correct.
We got to fight not just to get our loved ones out, but to get to free all of our people. One of the things that my husband told me about was, is people in there who are eligible for release, who are eligible for parole, but because they have nowhere to go, that they are still housing these young men and women.
They have, listen, they have women. They have no pre-release center in Maryland for the women. Okay, so
Really?
the women are on work release. They come out of the jail to go to work. They pay them to go back to the jail like they're in a hotel. They pay for transportation to the job because they have no pre-release center for them to go to. So Miss Monica Cooper and a couple of other women are fighting for that. And that's been on the books since 2016. They've been fighting, trying to get a building for these women to go to so they can come out on pre-release and they can come out on work release. They have nowhere for them to go. So they go back to jail every day after they get off of work.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. So it's a lot of things that's going on that a lot of people really don't know. They
I
come out
never
every
knew
day
that.
to go to work. They have to pay the state to go back into the jail, pay the state to take them to the job, and come back and get checked in like you just going back to jail.
I wish you could see my face. I am sitting here like, what are you serious? So they
Yes,
are
ma'am.
paying the state to stay in prison.
I'm very serious. They have nowhere for them to go, so they released from prison legally, but not legally. Where they going at? They're not gonna just let them out. They have
Where?
no. I went to Montgomery County, to the it's the forum for public defenders, and
Right.
they were saying how in Montgomery County, the young women, they put them out of school. If they detain them, they send them to Hagerstown or ECI because they have nowhere to detain them in Montgomery County.
That is about the most absurd.
So the fight is really, it's a hard fight because it's not just for just men, it's for everyone.
Everyone, right,
My
right,
fight is not, it's for both sides, because you have some children out here that haven't seen their mothers, you have some children that haven't seen their fathers, don't know their grandfathers, don't know their grandmothers because they're, locked up. So I mean, it's not a one man fight, and it's not a one sided fight. This is all together.
I just, and it's been since 2016. They've been trying to get places for
Trying
these
to get a
women.
facility so that they can have we have several for men.
Right, right,
We have none for women in Baltimore, in Maryland, not Baltimore, in
right,
Maryland.
right.
That's all of Maryland counties. They have none.
That's
So
crazy. So,
yeah,
so what's crazy? What I mean, I'm just sitting here thinking like prisons aren't. My goodness, they're paying to live in unsafe, everything type of.
unhumane conditions.
Exactly.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
And of course, a lot of the businesses, when I say businesses, I'm speaking specifically, in terms of these properties. They don't want people staying there who are, on probation or been locked
They're
up, because a
trying to
lot of
find
these
a
places
they're
aren't
trying to find a
eligible.
building. They're trying to find a building where they can get everything. They can get medical and all of that within that facility. But it's been on the books since 2016, and they have yet to get a building. Yeah,
Mr.
they have they have a Congress. Brooke Learman is with them on this, but they still don't have a place. They don't have a building in mind.
Right. That's just unacceptable. Someone, Mr. Thornton, thank you for responding. He said there's a lot of abandoned buildings. It's unacceptable, and the state could rehab them, and these properties, and make them available for these young women. And
Well,
I agree with him. It's so many things that could be done. Like they spending
but
billions and billions on new prisons and all of that stuff. It wouldn't even cost that much to rehab some of these houses and and
see,
house these women.
that's why you have me here so that these people can understand and know that, because a lot of them don't have loved ones in prison. Some of them do, some of them don't.
Right,
But if
right,
they don't know what's going on, they're blinded to it. Because I listen to the news and some of that stuff don't have nothing to do with me, but that doesn't mean that I don't want to know what's going on. They need
absolutely.
to know what is truly going on in this state and everywhere else, not only just here. This is not
Right,
just happening here. This is
right.
happening all over. They get paid to keep your loved ones in jail. You don't get a check, do you?
Nope.
But, oh, I didn't think so. I told my son that a many a time. They didn't pay me when they locked you up. They
Right,
get paid for you being there. I don't get
exactly.
paid. Yeah.
And then we
So
we still help and assist with their well-being in there, because the substandard
correct.
conditions. You would think that they would say, okay, well, you're participating in helping us take care of these loved ones. Yes, you can at least maybe claim them on your taxes, file as a dependent, but that
No,
wouldn't happen.
no. You can do that if you want. They got a federal friend for you. Cause see, they'll put us in there. Now
Right, right.
the color of my skin, they'll put us in there.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So
Absolutely.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, they don't want us to win, but it's
no,
heartbreaking to hear that these people are paying to stay in prison,
it
because
is.
they have nowhere to go. That's and to fight for that. That's, oh my goodness, that's just crazy.
So
That's crazy.
Alpha Justice
Mhm.
is fighting for that. But like I said, it's been on the books since 2016. So um,
I mean,
that's where
maybe,
we at.
right. Something, I mean, an organization like the young man said, Mr. Thornton, fix up some of these abandoned properties and put these women and these men in it. Like you said, men have them, and make it
Right.
available for these women.
But you have to have, there's certain districts that don't want it
Um,
in their district. There are certain people that don't want it, period. So you have to find someone in the legislative or in your district that's willing to help you with this. Now,
mm-hmm.
this is, but I'm in the 45th district. There is a building up here because of because of the legislative, the senators in this district.
What district are
The,
you in?
I'm in the 45th.
Where is that?
Bel Air Road, Hamilton, Frankfurt Avenue, St.
Okay.
Clair, Cold Spring Lane.
Okay, you're not far from me. Okay.
So the delegates in this district, a couple of them are on board, but then you have to find it's a zoning, also a zoning matter. See,
Mm-hmm.
it's all kind of little catch 22s.
Right, right.
So there's a zoning matter um, where it can be. They have one in mind. They want to put it right down there on Forest Street,
So so is
right
it
beside the
so
jail.
why do you think that it's places for men to go but not women?
Well, we are women. How much have you been thought about, and how women has been treated in over all the time? We're the lowest thing on the totem pole, but we keep everything whole.
And that's
This ain't
crazy
just
that that's how
started,
it is when we are the ones that keep everything.
right? This ain't just started as far as how they treat women.
Mm, mm, mm. So we can't use the same zoning laws and the laws that put men's places in place for us?
I'm not sure. I know that they have a particular building that they would like to use in this off of Sinclair, off of Shannon Drive in Cold Spring. But
Okay.
something is holding it up because they're not there yet. They haven't started any work there. You do have the delegates and the senators in this area. Some of them are on board and some of them are not. But it's always they want to say Republican and Democrat, but it's always been a black and white issue.
Mm,
Because you have white Democrats, you have white Republicans, you have black
right.
Democrats, you have black
Right.
Republicans. So you can use that color code thing all you want, but look at the reality of it.
Right. Right.
Because you know, and it's not in a neighborhood area; it's where the post office is. It's not an area where there's homes across the street, but if you're putting them in a particular area, there should be some monitoring. There should be somebody looking after them. There should be somebody checking on them and all of that. You're just not letting them go like a flock of sheep.
Right. Right.
So,
Right.
yeah,
I don't
it,
know how to, like, far as that, what the next step would be, but definitely we have to put that on, like sort of the top of the list. In addition to fighting for everything else, we can't take our foot off their neck. We can't let them breathe.
correct.
You know, but we have to find some relief, not just for our loved ones who are trying to get out, but the ones who are out, who are still in, that can't get out.
And you have some that are out that are still suffering because
Absolutely.
mental health is real. You have
Absolutely.
they have generational trauma. That stuff is real. You let me out. I've been living in I've been living in the jail for over 40 years, and then you want me to come home and act like everything is okay. They got some things they got to deal with first. Because they got
Absolutely.
to find out who the hell they are. They don't know who they are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the world not slowing down for no one. It's not slowing
No,
down for the
it's
people
not.
who hasn't been to prison. It's people who have not
No,
been to prison, who
no.
the world is moving so fast, and it's like you're pulling the rug from underneath of them. You know,
Correct.
um, and I tell my husband all the time, it's people out here who need help and who need assistance. So when you get out, it's don't feel like, oh my goodness, the world is passing you by. It's a lot of people out here who not moving as fast as this world is moving.
Correct. I mean,
So we definitely
time waits for
need,
no one.
right. We definitely need those resources for not just, you know, uh, trying to get them out, but once they're out, how can we continue to help them and assist them? And like you said, mental illness is real.
Yes, generational trauma is real. Because check this out. No one said that they wanted to wake up and be a murderer or I want to rob the bank.
Absolutely.
Something happened, and they chose something, put them in this position.
Right.
It just didn't happen overnight. And so it's like an addict. I didn't wake up saying I want to be an addict. So something happened. It woke it up. It's like a caterpillar crawling on your back slowly, and then it
Right.
bursts like a tornado or fog. What is it? The daggone thing that burst open.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they come back out here, they don't. They most of their loved ones are deceased.
Yeah.
Those that are alive don't want to deal with them.
Right.
Don't know them.
Right.
Don't know how to accept them.
Right.
Someone may be scared of them. So they're lost all over again. I'm
Right.
lost in there. I come out here and I'm still lost.
Yes.
No one helped me in there. No one helped me out here.
Right.
So now what do I do?
Absolutely.
Where do I go?
Right. Because this society isn't welcoming. It's not welcoming to people who have never been to prison.
I can always say it ain't welcoming to us.
Right. It's not welcoming, inviting to people who've never been to prison. You know,
Correct.
so to
Correct.
create an environment for them where they do feel welcome, where they do feel as though they are part, like we have to create that narrative for them, where they feel safe, where they feel safe.
Well, I mean, you said feel safe. Sometime out here, we don't feel safe.
Right. Right.
So, I
Absolutely.
mean, you can't create that narrative because it's the world we're living in. We have to we have to pick our battles and fight them and then go to the next one because it's so many battles. So many.
Mm.
And you can't you gotta focus on this And then once you win that, go to the next one. Because believe you me, just like with situations in life, something pops up every moment. You think everything is good, and here go a bill say you owe me thousands of dollars. You thought you'd already paid it off. It's
Mm.
it's it's a it's a never ending battle.
Right, exactly. So I want to welcome everyone who may be just joining. I do apologize. My camera went out, so you guys aren't able to see me. But thank you guys for joining in. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for being here. I don't know why that went out. Are you still there, Miss Donna?
I am.
Okay, I'm not sure where your picture went.
I
Um,
see. I see me, but I see the camp, the freedom, your freedom,
right,
and the number four.
right, freedom. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
up. Um, so it is 7:50. Everyone. Usually, my husband is on to close this out. He's not able to come on this evening. So I will do my best. One thing I do want to do is I want to send a special shout out to a young man who was on the show. We called him Musa, and I think his real name was Benjamin Barceau. I think he actually passed away
Mm,
a couple of weeks ago. I don't want to speak,
mm-hmm.
wrongly, but I think it was about a week or maybe 2 weeks ago. He came on the show, beautiful soul to talk to. Again, he didn't make it out. He passed away in prison, of course,
Mm-hmm.
alone, because when you get sick, they send you to solitary away from the population. So I just want to acknowledge him, and he will be missed. Um, and again, I want to thank you for coming, Miss Donna. I appreciate your time. It was a blessing to have you on and talking to you. You are such a sweet person. Um, and my husband would have a bunch of wonderful things to say. Is there anyone you want to send some shout outs to?
I just want to thank everybody that's listening and hope that we understand that this is a struggle that we need everyone to take time. And if your loved one call you and say that something is going on, don't throw it under the rug and don't overlook it. Check into it because a lot of times they're telling the truth. Things are happening to our loved ones behind these walls. And the only way that they can get out is that they tell us, and we have to be their voice because they don't have a voice. We have to be their voice in order for people to know what is really going on within the criminal justice system.
Absolutely. And there you have it, guys. Again, we are here every third Sunday of the month. Uh, Black Box Radio. If you have an idea, if you have something that you think is some good content and you want to join our Black Box Radio family, please send an email to Black Box Radio, which is BLAKBO2X's radio at gmail.com. Fighting for Freedom email is fighting the number four freedom at my Yahoo. Don't forget the my yahoo.com. Send me an email. We can get you guys on. Again, thank everyone for joining in. And I know my husband would have something great to say. He would appreciate you guys coming on. I'm not that versed, so I do apologize. But you guys have a good evening. And until next time, stay blessed.
Thank you for having me.
All right. You're
You
welcome, Miss
as
Donna.
well. Stay
Thank
blessed. Peace.
you. All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.